Good evening. Hi, everyone. It's Mykal at Quantum Life. How is everyone doing tonight? It is Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. All right, June 6th. Oh my gosh, time flies, does it not? How did everyone handle the full moon in Sagittarius on Saturday? Actually, for me, it held over. There was Saturday and then Sunday. Boy, it just felt exhausting to me. I was so tired this weekend. I don't know what my problem was. But no more laying around and doing nothing. Time to start the week. And of course, it started yesterday, but it takes some time to get the momentum going, right? All right. Well, let me know who's here. Come say hi. Let me know if you want me to pull some cards. I'm going to talk about the upcoming event for Quantum Life. Now, these events are live, they are in person at our Quantum Life Mastery Wellness Center, which is different than the store. So, if you do sign up, just know that these events are held at the Wellness Center. All right. What do we got going? We got Sacred Healing Circle tomorrow night. Thursday night. Today's only Tuesday. Sacred Healing Circle with me on Thursday. This is going to be very similar to the Dragon Healing that I have done in the past. Be honest, I'm just changing the name up to see, if that resonates with a different group of people that maybe just didn't resonate with Dragon Healing. But as you know, most of you anyway, I love the dragon energy. It's absolutely amazing. I use the dragon tarot even with this. So, but it was just fun to change it up a little bit with a name. And that is at 6:30 on Thursday. We've got this class is done. This next class on Saturday is the Platonic Solids and Sacred Geometry Grids workshop. Now, this I am very, very excited about. It's being done by Izzy Zarillo, who is a practitioner here local in Raleigh. And I am so brokenhearted. I actually did a whole interview with Izzy, and been around me long enough. You guys know me and technology sometimes just butt heads. And after a beautiful interview with her, the technology side of it failed me yet again. The audio on it was so mangled, we could not use it. And I'm just brokenhearted because she did such a great job. And so I wish you could have heard what she was saying about this class, the Platonic Solids. When you sign up for this class, you're actually getting a whole set of crystal carved Platonic Solids. I think it's a set of 5. And that is part of the workshop price. I think there's even a little dish that goes with those. It's an amazing price. Like if I was selling those Platonic Solids in the store, they could easily be $50, $60. And the class itself is, I think, $65. So well worth your time to understand how to utilize Platonic Solids within crystal grids and manifesting, and what their symbology is and how to use them. So that's amazing. So that's going to be Saturday. Cannot recommend that high enough. I am going to be there, no doubt. And then I'm also offering the Tarot Basics again. This is a special request to do it again. We had so much interest in the last one. And so June 15th, Thursday at 6:30, we're going to do the Tarot Basics again, if you're interested in learning those. And then we have a sound bath meditation on Saturday, June 17th. It's a Saturday, so it's from in the afternoon from 2 to 3:30 with Preeti Jane. And I actually have an interview with her coming out too. My video editor is working on it now. So hopefully it should be out within 24, 48 hours, I'm hoping. So those are the good things coming up. And then, of course, the new moon in Gemini is on June 17th. So we're going to have all new energy in just a couple weeks. So excited to see what the next couple weeks hold. I'll be honest, I'm holding on. I am really been practicing surrendering. I am practicing about receiving. It's only when you surrender that you really lower all the guards that are preventing you from receiving. So I've really been embracing this concept. And I'm going to be the first to say this is not an easy concept. It's not necessarily an easy thing to bring into your life, but it's a necessity in this new energy. It's an absolute necessity if you want your experience on earth to be smoother, to be at the highest timeline, to experience and receive all that you can. So highly recommend it. It's a I was going to say it's a bumpy ride, but it's only a bumpy ride because we let our own ego get in the way. Like, I had several sessions today where this came up with my clients about they want that highest timeline. They want to be on the trajectory of their ideal self. But so many of them, they want what the human wants, which is not always in alignment with what the soul wants. They are The soul absolutely wants whatever is best for you, but the human tends to come in and make assumptions about what is best for them. And like one client I have, she's like, I'm going to move here. Like, this is where I want to move, despite wherever else source may want me to go. And you know what? We get the right to kind of have an opinion about that. That is our right. That is free will. But if you're really looking at being at the highest timeline and you're looking at really receiving all that you can receive, you have to let go of that control because we don't know from a human perspective, it's so limited. We don't know what is really the best for us because we're not there. When you rely on your soul, it's looking at the big picture. It sees everything. It sees all the timelines. It sees all the potentials. And the human, I'm sorry to say, we do not see potentials very well. We see all the blocks. We see all the things that could potentially go wrong, but we are really short-sighted in seeing all the possibilities that could come our way. And, I've been there too. Like, I would never have suspected I would be here 2 years ago. Like, who would have ever thought I would be here? I am not a person that necessarily wants to be seen, and I was very happy in my closet. So I am embracing this journey though, and I'm excited about it. And I got over it. Like, as much as the human part of me didn't want to do this, I let go of it. Like, I'm having fun. In fact, I was going to tell you guys, I was so excited to just come and join you guys tonight. This is like coming and joining a party. I brought my drink. Did you guys bring your drink? I brought my drink. I even had to stop at the store to get my drink because I so short-sighted. I didn't have anything here. And I was rushing for my last appointment because I wanted to get home to do this. And I was like, I do have time to stop at the grocery store and get my drink. And I made time. I made my time to get my drink. And so please join me if you have a drink, because I'm going to have one. All right, guys. So how has the week been for you? How has that full moon been for you? I'm going to use a little bit of my essential oil here. First one is my sacred space. I just want to, because I was rushing around so much. All afternoon has been sessions. And like I said, I ran to the grocery store, then I ran home. I have a cat who's been crawling on my leg because she wants to be a part of the party. Anyway, so I'm just using that to clear my energy a little bit. And then I'm going to use my third eye I'm pretty good in the space actually, since I've had sessions all afternoon. Oh, but it just really connects me into the moment, helps me really be in this moment. So Shauna is saying she's not sure how this works. Shauna, all I have to do is say, would you like a card drawn? And you're in the lineup. I have a couple people ahead of you, but I got your name. That's all you had to do. So thank you. And I'll be with you shortly. Dree, how are you? Thank you, sweetheart. Dree actually left me such a lovely comment on Google and Yelp reviews, and I so appreciate that. It's sometimes really hard to get people to understand what I do. And even if they may not understand exactly what I do, just having the reassurance that someone else has been there and done it and had a good experience, then, that's reassuring. And we all need reassurance. Have I mentioned that human self that wants to get in our way for things that may be good for us, but we're not sure if we really want to go down that path? I've had a lot of that with clients. In fact, especially when I first started, I would have clients come in, and after a while, we may get to the point where we're talking to archangels, and they would tell me how they would trick them to come see me because they're like, she didn't want to come, but we got her here, so now do your thing. So it's always reassuring to see those kind of comments. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You're so sweet, Judy. She meant every word she says. Well, I meant every word I said back to you. So let's get you some cards, Judy. How has your week been? I mean, I know my week's been, I'm needing another drink already. Went with, what do I have here? Lime and raspberry. Yummy. All right, Judy. All right, just focusing in. Let's see what we got. I gotta move my keyboard. Ugh. My nose is itching a lot in the last couple of days too. All right, Dree. First card I got is this Two of Cups. I feel like this is kind of you, like you're circling. It's like you're contemplating. It's like you're contemplating possibilities, and it's like you're looking at it from every angle. You're circling whatever it is that you're observing, and you're just kind of trying to get a viewpoint of every angle, trying to make the right decision. And the second card is the Nine of Wands. And what I get here is really about just grasping. Sorry, I want to look at my cheat sheet on this because I'm curious on what they say. Because as you guys know, I do this very intuitively, and I don't always follow what the traditional way of interpreting these are. Boy, I am so out of it. I can't even focus on finding this Nine of Wands. Resilience, persistence, last chance, close. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. Is this stance, close to succeed. Okay. So their interpretation for the Nine of Wands is resilience, persistence. It's a last stance, close to success, fatigue, grit. And that's actually very similar to what I was going. It was like, what I was getting is like, you see this staff he has. It's like, girl, take it, whatever it is that you're looking at. And it's like, there's been an over process of thinking, but it's time to just grab it and move. And here's the thing, you're going, but which one should I grab? Maybe it doesn't matter. Just grab it and move. Any movement is going to be positive for you. Now, does not mean that you don't get to change your mind later, but any movement is going to get the energy going. Right now, this standoff that you've got going with whatever it is that you're looking at has stopped energy. It's just dead. It's the still pond. It's the still ocean with no wind and no waves, and your boat is just right there and it can't go anywhere. Sorry, I watched a yachting, was it a yacht? A sailing show this weekend. It was really good. It was on I can't change paths. I can't think of names, but it was really good. Anyway, she was stuck in the ocean. She had no wind. She had no waves, and everything is by sails, right? So she couldn't move. And that's what I feel is happening with you. You just need to grab something, go with it. And just like that said, you're so close to success. Oh, and the Sire of Pentacles. So this is awesome. Sire of Pentacles. So what we got here is the little baby dragon and the pentacle. So for me, this pentacle is the symbol of your success. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's whatever it is, the thing that you wanted. but it also is hatch possibilities, which is the little baby dragon. The baby dragon is your possibilities. And because it's a baby dragon, it's been hatched, like it's alive, you've given life to whatever it is that's your next step. So this is beautiful. It's just, you've got to grab on and go. You got to do something with, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this is one thing you're contemplating or you're trying to make a decision between a couple things. Could be a couple. I mean, in the picture, there's a couple, but whatever it is, just grab it and move. Make some movement. And then it's just the flow's going to start going, and you're going to find that you're going to end up where you need to be. But the important thing here is flow. All right, Dree, you'll have to let me know if that resonates with you at all. Please share. Please share. All right, Christina, how are you, my dear? Lovely as always to see you. Let's find out what Christina's got. Some cards for Christina. Ooh. Oh, I'm cheating again, but I get my initial hit, but then I'm like, okay, what would they say on this? Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, so your first card is Ace of Pentacles. Check this dragon out, breathing on the egg. Breathing on that egg. And I just feel like you're breathing life into something, a potential. Eggs are about potential. I feel like you're breathing life into something. And it feels really good, I have to say. It feels really, really good. And this is just a natural stage. Like I feel like everything is headed in the right direction. Like green, it feels like green light, green light, green light, go, go, go. And then we have the Tower. And this one feels like, again, I'm going to give you my interpretation, but I'm curious about what they would say about this. To me, it's like, now it's just this process of doing the work, so to speak. Like I get this spiral effect around the Tower feels like it is all of the things that you need to do. You've got so much to do. And it's kind of like the roadmap. Like there is obviously things to do from where you are to where you want to be. And there's all these to-do lists, all the tasks that are involved with it. But every time you do a task, it takes you higher and higher and higher. And this is really good energy about movement. It feels very good. It feels powerful. Look at this dragon. It doesn't look like he's mad. He's just working his way up the scale, working his way through. And and then this Tower, it feels like if there was any opponent, anything in your way between where you started, the base towards the top, if there was anything in your way, you've got it handled. Like you have the squeeze on it and it's not going to be a problem. You're going to be able to work your way through each level and achieve what you need to achieve. And I love this because you get the Hermit, and this Hermit is all about your success. This Hermit is about you claiming your power. It's about you claiming your wisdom. It's about you claiming your own true self. Like this is you. This is, think of that as your soul, or maybe you think of this as your soul and this is you, but you two are interconnected. Like this climb through this Tower has really brought you guys together so that you're working in sync. That's what it feels like. Oh, and look in the back, you still have this this Tower. I gotta move this a little bit so I can see better. God, my nose has been itching every time I've been on video the last 2 days. I love this Tower in the background again, and I'm getting like it's never this process of working your way through stuff. It never necessarily ends, But that's okay, because that's the fun. I mean, come on, it's time for us to enjoy being human. And when we really step into our power, when we step into being the creator, life is meant to be fun. Instead of living life in doubt, living life in poverty or lack, living it in questioning or trying to control, that limits us throughout our every aspect of our life. But once we set free of that and we're really engaged and in connection with our true self and allowing it to run its inspiration through us, we're going to have a grand time. I mean, come on, let's have a drink to that. Did anyone else bring the drink? I told you last week, guys, we needed drinks for this show. That's awesome. So, Christina, that feels really good for you. I'm liking that. Again, let me know if that resonates or if that works for you. Shauna. Yeah, Shauna. Let's tap into Shauna. Oh, Shauna, cards are falling out for you. It's always a sign that they really, truly have a message for you. Like, ooh, get that card for her. Don't go any further. For those of you that don't know, I use the Wisdom of the Tarot of Dragons. I love this deck, Tarot of Dragons by Sean McKenzie. Oh my gosh, this has just been the best deck for me. Again, I do everything intuitively, but also teaching the tarot basics next week. So if anyone wants to learn tarot, come on by. All right, we've got Shauna. I'm going to laugh at this one, Shauna. All right, so Shauna, these two fell out. They came in as the first card. What I'm getting, see Temperance first. Temperance is all about finding balance. Like, this to me speaks to maybe you're being emotionally triggered. Things don't feel like maybe they're going your way. Heightened emotion, drama. And they're suggesting that temperance, which means that you can bring all that down. And it's like the second card, when I saw it was, it's like you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire and you might get burnt. So that is the first card. Second card is the Hanged Dragon. This is my favorite dragon. I love the little jaguar or whatever he is playing with a tuft on the dragon's head. This card is all about just stopping and realizing or just taking a moment to pause and looking around and noticing you're okay, that it's okay where you're at right now. The hangman represents, being tied up and really can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. So just pause, take a breath, and enjoy this moment where you may, when you're all riled up about something, you can't really appreciate the now moment or all the special things that might be going on around you. It's like you not being able to smell the roses. I get that. It's time to take a notch down on whatever it is that you need temperance about chilling out for a little bit and stop playing with the fire because you might get burnt. And then the last card is the Hierophant, which is really, look at this, how this is like the peaceful valley. Like, if you really take a moment to stop and pause and be in this moment. And again, going back to this cat and for your situation, it's like they're playing with you. They're playing with you. Can you just ignore that, take amusement from the fact that they're playing from you instead of getting frustrated that they're doing that or angry that they're doing that? And instead look at it from a different situation. Like the hangman, again, is upside down. So he looks at things from a different perspective of what's going on in life. And from this perspective, a dragon, if he was right side up and some cat tried to play with this little feather at the top of his head, he'd probably take a swipe at him and knock him across the jungle. But here he's like all tied up. He has to just put up with that for a little bit. But what I like is as you move into that and you do that, you get this very peaceful valley. And this valley is everything's in, it's all working together. There's no, like, the jungle is not a place necessarily for survival in this card. It's more about a peaceful jungle where everybody's getting along. The snake and the monkey and the jaguar or cheetah, maybe it's a cheetah, the iguana. What else is in here? And that's kind of like a phoenix dragon. They're all together. They're a team. They're a community. They're supporting one another. And that's where you can be. That's your outcome if you allow yourself to hang out, look at things from a different perspective, and don't let them bother you. All right, Shauna, you'll have to let me know how that resonates. Cherie meant every word. Okay, I think I got that. Teresa David. Hello, Ms. Teresa. If I draw you something for, yeah, let's see. How are you, Teresa? I'm going to take a drink to Teresa. Nice. All right, guys, if you're on the YouTube channel, please like the page and check out. I've got some new, even if you're not on the YouTube, check out, you guys need to check out YouTube because I do have some new interviews out there and the new one should be coming up really soon. Trying hard to, no, I'm not trying hard. You know what? That's stuck energy. I don't need to try hard. It's doing amazing. I don't need to do anything other than show up. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if you like it, hey, come on by and like my page, please. But I don't get mad if you don't. You can come by without doing it. It's just nice when you're on this side to feel your guys' interaction, whether it's through comments or liking or little helpful, icons, whatever. All right, Teresa David. All right. Guys, sometimes doing the tarot card reading is always the hardest sometimes for people because I let things get into my head. So I'm just taking an extra minute to vibe into this without getting influenced by what I know about her. I feel like something's going on here. So here's what I'm getting. It's one, I feel like there's these two dragons with a pentacle on the bottom. I feel like there's some kind of argument going on between two people, two situations, and there's this, it's like two people, and then like the pentacle is the thing that they're arguing over. Like they're almost like, no, it's mine. No, it's mine. No, it's mine kind of energy. And yet there's so much more going on. Like it's not the only thing. It's like there's this layer, and then there's like these other dragons, which just feels like either family or friends or other situations that are in play. Overall, what this card feels like is that there's a lot of things going on, but they're all like different scenarios. Like you have this scenario going on here. You've got the pentacles with a little dragon over here, which feels like a different situation. You got this guy who's flying and doing his thing. And then there's, this one over here that's doing something different. And I feel like they're all different scenarios. They're all playing out for you right now. And I don't know if there's this sense of everything's going on around you. And what I guess what I'm trying to figure out is where you are in this scenario, because I just feel like there's a lot going on. But I'm not sure I see you in this particular one. All right. So when I go to the second card, this one to me always speaks about grounding. It feels like you need to ground. And despite all the craziness that's going on, is focusing on yourself, focusing on your own tree, your own world, focusing on your possibilities. Like in many ways, this can represent abundance, but it feels like possibilities that would bring abundance if you can get rid of all the distractions. That's what the word is, distractions. It feels like a lot of distractions, but that when you ground, you're going to be able to Get back to yourself. Right now, it doesn't, I get this first card. I can't find you in that card. It just feels like a lot of distractions that are outside of you. This one feels like go back to you, go back to grounding you, go back to what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to focus on? What inspires you? What feels good to you? And hanging out in that realm without all the distractions. Notice in this one, there's just one dragon, and that dragon is you in that one. And then this next one, just it feels peaceful. It feels contentment. It feels like everything has come together. You have, certainly tons of abundance in this. The cups are about emotion, but that's such a peaceful environment. It's all peace with your emotions once you go back to yourself. And like I say, I don't usually do things in the more traditional way, but those cups really are pulling me into that feeling of emotion, and that it's an emotional component here for you. Yeah, I like it. You'll have to let me know how you're feeling, and if you're into that, if it feels like there's a lot of distractions for you, because it feels like there's a lot of distractions. And it's time to go back to you. Are you focusing on you? Are you doing the things that you feel inspired to do? Are you following things that would bring you joy? Taking the time to find that stuff, because sometimes we don't even know what we want to do. I know sometimes I'll have like a day or an afternoon. I'm like, well, what do I do now? I don't even know what to do. So we have to tune in to get that kind of information. You can do this. Cherie says spot on. I know. Yeah. Finding a job, it's a headache, but I know you can do it. And they're like, just do it. Just focus and grab one. Like that's what I got, was like, just grab one and it's going to work out. Amber says hello. Amber says, can I have a card? Of course you can have a card. Teresa's saying she has a ton of distractions, windows, paint, drainage specialists, etc. I know you do. But what do you want? What do you want? I think the message did feel different this time. It really did. So hang in there. And as much as you have all these other things to do, if there's 7 days in the week, carve out some hours for you on something that feels inspirational, whatever that is. All right. Amber. Let's get a cards for Amber. Drink time. Who's drinking with me? All right. Amber, Amber, Amber. Amber, we have the 4 of Wands for you first. All right, the 4 of Wands. There's a lot going on in this one too. So what's interesting about this card for me, and again, I was looking at the sheet to compare what I'm getting compared to what they're saying, is there's a dichotomy here. All the red, all the fire, it just feels like there's an edginess, but it also feels very celebratory. It feels very community or family or friends coming together, and they're working together. Like this is not a group that is going after each other. They're working together. They've come together for that. And the 4 is a very solid number. It's all about foundational. It's The four is very solid. Four-legged table doesn't rock, right? It's all about foundation. So I'm loving that energy. I'm loving the feeling of all the family or friends coming together and collaborating. I just feel like there's a edge to it with the fire, that there's an edge to it. So I'm going to go into the next one. The Lovers, relationships. Where's the edge in a relationship? What's going on with your relationships? And I don't know if that is a romantic relationship, family, friends, work, but I feel like there's just an edge into this relationship, whatever category it's in. Having the Lovers come up, this to me speaks of maybe a more romantic relationship or the relationship with yourself. About finding the balance. Yeah, finding the balance. I do feel like this is maybe more internal, more the inner part of connecting with yourself. It's like you have all the outside. Now you need to connect to the inside. You need to connect to that inner aspect of yourself that in many ways it's hiding, your emotional self, the part that you don't want others to see, maybe. Connecting with that, communing with it, respecting it, and I always tell people to witness their emotions. Everything here just speaks to me of you finding an inner balance within yourself. Amber's saying, yeah, it may, right. It's interesting because I feel like I'm a little all over the place with this one. I do feel like there's a challenge on the external, even though they're all working together. Then there's this inner part. The Knight of Cups comes, and this card has rarely, if ever, come up when I have used these cards, because I don't ever remember seeing this. It's actually got like a seal pup in the cup as the dragon is taking off with it. For you, this is intriguing for you. She's saying more. Let's see what else. I'm finding an inner balance in a new state and new environment. It's like a culture shock. Are you new to North Carolina? It was a culture, I have to admit, it was a culture shock for me here. And now I love it. Like, I really do love so much of it here. I also find like I found my community, and so I can stay within my community. That makes me comfortable also. Okay, so as you're saying that, so I get that this is about choosing what you want to be with. Like, this dragon has just swooped up this seal pup. Can you see that? Is that hilarious? Picked up that seal pup in the cup, and there's the polar bear. He got left behind. Okay, so thank you for sharing that, because that actually helps clarify some of this. So I get this sense that, you're the dragon. You get to choose what you see and want. You get to have what you want in your life. Moved to North Dakota. Well, this has a whole new meaning. North Dakota, where it's cold. Of course, it's summertime, but interesting. All right, so it's about picking and choosing what you want to have within your reality, what you want to interact with, and let everything else, it's still going to be there. Like, you can't necessarily get rid of the rest of the world, but you just let them go. Like the polar bear gets to go and eat his salmon or whatever he is doing. And it is about allowing everyone else to do what they are doing, but what you focus on is what you're going to get. So when you focus on what you want, when you focus on the reward, when you focus on the things that bring you joy, like I can't help but think that this dragon's having a little joy with thinking he's got a new play date with the seal pup. And no, I don't think it's for dinner for him. It's interesting because the seal pup is in the cup, which is the cup of emotions. You know what? I am so intrigued. I'm actually going to look at her book. Her book's a little bit different than traditional Trudeau interpretations. And I want to see what she says. She always has a really unique perspective on things. And since I have not seen this card before, I'm really intrigued. Let's see. Knight of Cups. And the Knight, the Knight is the one that always charges forth. He's the one that gets things done. Slightly more mature and settled than the Page, the Knight of Cups has the qualities of water, behaving as fire, like a rushing river, a chivalrous romantic with charm and kindness to spare. He takes the side of those in dire straits. Do not be deceived by his mild manner. The knight is a seeker of spiritual wisdom and a union the likes of which bards will sing. Though his emotions seem subdued, when roused they roil like a tsunami. Trifle with his passions at your peril. Follow his example. Hold tight to your ideals. Lead with your heart. Okay, so that's actually similar to what I was getting, was that it's grab what's important to you, which is the same as focusing on what you want. Grab, and now you're okay. So you're saying you got your two daughters. Yeah. Appreciate the things that you have. And this is energy. This is how energy works. All my advice is from a metaphysical approach. But it's about really observing the things that are what you are enjoying, and obviously giving gratitude for those. All the things that are tough, just let them flow by you. If you put resistance into those, they will only become more difficult. So the more you can just focus on what it is you want and not necessarily the reality. And this is tough for some of us. We always want to focus on the reality and not necessarily where we want to be. But I feel like that is your challenge right now, is focusing on where you want to be. So, for me, maybe, in your situation, it would be like, I want my own place. Focus on the idea of what that might look like in a very light energy. Like, don't get too hard with that energy. As an example, I personally would love a piece of property in North Carolina or West Virginia, and I just play with it. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when it will happen. I don't even know what it's going to look like. But I know that if I play with looking at property and observing the things about it that I do love, like I love that. I'd love to have some water. I'd love to have a big, some trees, but also some grass, all the things that just, put your energy into things that you really, really love and appreciate. And don't get hung up on the hows and the whys, and let that energy just carry you to where you can be. All right. Well, good. Because I really do feel like this last card is a great card, because it shows that you are doing it. Like, you are swooping high. You have taken what you wanted and you are leaving everything else behind. And that polar bear just really feels like all what, maybe people who, and I'm not saying anyone specific in your life, but the situations that you don't want, they're down on the ground and they can't bother you because you're flying off with exactly what you want. You've succeeded. So I think you are absolutely on the right path. I absolutely believe that. I think this first card was just kind of a teetering, like, just be careful. Be careful. Don't get distracted from what you've been doing, because what you're doing is perfect. Good. Awesome. All right. Where are we? Amber, Christina. Christina said, thank you. Trey would like a card. You betcha. All right. This is where I wish I could see you guys because I want to see you take a drink. I was telling you before I got online and I was coming home, I look forward to these times. It is it's just really nice to be in this energy with like-minded people, and this is so I love coming home. I hope you guys love your home as much as I do, because I come and I can just relax and my energy settles down. And Sean, or Trey, your cards are just flying out. So this is awesome. Oh, wow. Another card that it's so funny how the same cards come over and over, but tonight we've got some great ones. Trey, I feel like things are brewing for you. This was very similar to that other one, but I think that I don't remember. Christina, was your card the Ace of Cups or was it a different one? It was very similar, but I can't remember if it was actually, but it had that same energy of things are brewing. Whatever you're working on is amazing. Like I feel like a really good energy. You've got the egg here that is about potentials, and you're just really focused and putting your energy into this magical situation that is going to be your outcome, your potential. And your next card was the High Priestess. And it's like graduation day. You get the diploma. It's like, you did good. You did good. You did all this work. You did had all that focus. You put all your energy into it. And now graduation has come and you've achieved it. You have really embraced everything. You are, what I get is like you're living it. It's really putting you into your own wisdom, into your own inner power. That is a beautiful, beautiful energy. It's amazing. And then you have the Seven of Swords as your last card. And this to me just feels like wisdom. I'm just looking at this card. This is a card I have not seen a lot of, and I'm just noticing things about it. Like, this to me feels like a very old dragon, which equates to wisdom to me. But you can see he's got this bone, and then there's this little dragon way over here who's trying to snatch the bone away. He's like, "Ooh, I want that. I want that bone. That old dragon doesn't need it." But the dragon's got his claws into it, going, "No, Sonny, this is my bone." So I feel like there is this opportunity of being an example or mentorship or sharing your knowledge with those who aren't quite as advanced as you. Like, you could be really sharing some information. And I'm not sure the time is quite right yet. This was your third card. This is the end result. So I think this is what is coming. I feel like you're just in the process right now of getting the diploma, of really tuning into that High Priestess energy and working with it, accepting it, getting used to it. But ultimately, you will be this wise being that can share the information ultimately. And what I get is like, if you want to do that, that's fine. If you don't want to do it, that's fine too. Like, there's no judgment whether you want to do it or not, but it's just going to be an opportunity for you. I'm just Seven of Swords. Yeah. And I'm not, the tarot traditional interpretation is not what I'm feeling, so I'm not even going to go there because I feel like you are on the right path. I feel like you are doing really good. I'd be fascinated to know what you're studying and how you're connecting because it feels like you're doing a really good job with it. Nice. All right, just looking through the comments. What else, guys? How do we do? Yeah, we're about done. Yeah, Amber, I know you are. I can feel that. So keep up the good work. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing, and you're doing really amazing at it. And she says, thank you. All right. Well, great. So guys, like I said, like that YouTube channel, make it, like the Facebook. It's always helpful. And it's always nice to know that you guys were here and touched part of my life today, just like I got to touch a little bit of yours. So I so appreciate, Trey, you'll have to let me know. Did that resonate at all with you about how you're connecting in? I feel like you have deep waters. You have very deep waters within you. And you're doing it. You're doing it. I feel like there's some, touching in completely to it is still in a process for you, but you're doing it. Awesome. Well, guys, have a great week. And I'm so excited to see you again next week. I'll be here next Tuesday, 6 p.m., same time, same place. I hope you guys have an amazing evening. And yeah, namaste. Bye-bye.